Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In in this video, I'm going to explain the various types of malware uh, and how they behave and what is the behavior when someone uh, get the victim of one form, another form, and where and when to use which sort of malware if you are planning to have a attack into some target. In in my previous video, I already explained what is malware all about and what are the way the malware can be injected into any target computer system. So malware is a malicious software code which can destruct or affect your computer program or data, which can completely destroy or make it unreadable form. So here in this video, I'm going to explain the various types of malware available. So here are very big list of malware available. Like one is called the virus, computer worm, spyware, cryptojacking, malware advertising, backdoors, rootkit, worm, Trojan, ransomware can be an adware and all. So I'm going to explain some of the important or a very popular sort of malware here in this video. So let's start it. First one, virus. So the virus is self-replicating program that produce its own copy by attaching itself to the other program. This can enter into the computer boot sector or can attach into some document. The intent of this virus can be it can alter your data, it can corrupt the file or program system, and it transform itself, and it can also encrypt your actual data as well. And it is a self-replicating program, so it can be transmitted through the file download to your computer. Let's say if you download some file, the virus can enter into file in your computer, and then it can infect the disk and your computer boot sector as well. So the next one, what is worm? Computer worms. The computer worms are sort of same sort of programs, the self-replicating, and but they do not corrupt the data files. The computer worms are like a program which can be, you can say these are self-replicating, but doesn't affect or completely dis dis destroy your computer data programs. So these can be useful to exhaust your computer resources instead. So computer worm can independently replicate and execute and spread across the network connection as well. And as they get replicated itself and transmitted its own, so then they can start consuming your computer resource, the memory and or processing power. So however, they do not damage the file system or any corrupt the data files and all. These are called worms. So difference between virus and computer worms is this. Uh, Next one, Trojan. You may have heard the Trojan horse or the Trojan available. So what is the Trojan malware? The Trojan is a sort of malware program which is sort of harmful code, contains an apparently harmless program and data which can later gain control and cause damage. They are very, very harmful. Trojans can get activated when user performs some certain action. Let's say you click on of your computer file. If that file is embedded with the Trojan, so then the Trojan will get effective into your computer. Apparently, the viruses and the worm, they don't need someone to click into file or the Trojan executive file or anything. They get installed or replicated their self. But the Trojan needs user real intervention to install. Then they start taking their action. The Trojan covertly can communicate between the victim computer and attacker. Let's say some attacker has installed the Trojan into your computer. So then Trojan are very powerful. They can give command and control to the attacker as well. So types. So there are several other subtypes under the Trojan as well. There are different form of Trojans available. The very populars are the backdoor, rootkits, botnets, uh, rat, remote access Trojan, and all. So Trojans, the backdoor Trojans are sort of Trojans. Let's say you need to create a some sort of program and you want to and insert them using a backdoor, not from the normal path. So they help you to get the backdoor into the computer in all the way to the target system in some network. So they have a capability to evade the IDS or firewall system without being detected. So that's why they call backdoor trojans. Then there's a rootkit trojan. So as the name says, the rootkit trojan. The rootkit trojan are form of trojans. They are another form of, we can say, uh, backdoor, but they are potent to backdoor that specifically attack the root or kernel of your operating system and a computer system. That's why they call rootkit. They affect your computer system root, the root sectors, the boot sectors, and all. Then another, the botnets. The botnets are the boot system. So once the Trojan get into, then they can create a command and control center, and then they can have a similar sort of another replicated nested command and control the boards, and then they can spread and widespread their scope within your network. So they can build their own command and control inside and sort of botnet trojans. So next one, adware. Adware, malware teasing and click jacking, spyware, ransom. So these are another types, I mean, different form of malware application. So the adware is a type of malicious code or a program that can be used to track the user's web activity. So the without knowing or without letting any users to know that they have some application installed into their computer, and using that application, the attacker can track the user web activity, and based on those activity they can populate the advertisement into their computer. So once the user see, let's say user is trying to search some specific product, so they get to know this user is trying to planning to buy some particular product. So they once they get that information, then they create a custom advertisement about that product, maybe in a enticing price, the lowered price. So the user, that advertisement gets popped up in this user's computer, and as soon as this user click on that advertisement, then the malware get installed into the victim's machine. That's called adware. The spyware are the same sort of malicious software that get installed into the computer without the user's knowledge. So you can say that once the spyware application get installed, which monitor their activity and all, then they create a adware over it. So so that they can entice that user to buy the any particular product that user may be searching in his her computer. So based on that preference, they can populate and lucrate that users to be a victim of their malware. And then once they get install the malware into their computer, then they can get a complete control into their computer further. So that's why we have to be very careful about such before we click on such advertisement. And next one, the click checking and malvertising. So click checking is a sort of attack that trick user into thinking they are clicking on one thing, but in the behind that click, it takes that users to the different sort of malicious code, and which that take them to install some sort of malware code into their computer. So it's really tricky, and it's very difficult to understand as well. And it's very popular on a lot of social media platforms. You might have noticed that there the link may be populating to show you something, and there you will find some embedded link, and as soon as you click on some this link, then it will take to the origin of the malware, and that then it automatically redirect to the actual malware code, and that automatically get downloaded and installed into your computer. So without user knowing, user feel that they are clicking on some ad or some post or a malicious URL embedded on it, but they never realize that now they have malware installed in their computer. So we have to be very careful, specifically in social media platform where we are clicking, and what are the link we are subscribing or like. So this sort of uh, events that can lucrate any user to get the victim of malware. Then further they can steal your all your very confidential information. As soon as they can get into your computer or your mobile phone, and then they can track your search, and can take a control of your phone and keyloggers. So what the password you are typing anywhere, that also they can take. So we have to be very careful uh, when we click on such link. So this sort of operation the call click checking. Then malverting. So the malverting is a sort of attack. You can say the infected ad. The malverting is almost same similar like the adware as well. So they malware ad, they advertise something with a malware malicious intent. So you are going to get some advertisement again similar like adware, and then they get installed automatically installed in your computer. Then they start tracking or taking control into your computer to take further their intention, their motive of the attack. The last one, you must have heard this lot, the ransomware. The ransomware is the attack which the malware attack which can be a very harmful. You might have heard this lot, and the fact of ransomware malware is very prevalent. So this is type of malware from a crypto virology. That that is, uh, they the malicious code get injected into the victim machine using the, any of the method, and the entry points of entering any malware into your computer I already discussed in my other video. You could refer to that as well. So they enter into your computer using any attack vector. Then once they get into it, so then further top of it, they use the cryptography, the crypto virology term that is called. So then as soon as they go get the control on, so they start picking your file and encrypt your files. So you cannot read those files. So once they encrypt, then they give you some message that, hey, your files are encrypted. Now, if you want these files to be back, uh, you have to pay some ransom amount. So that's why it's called ransomware. So ransomware works in two phases. So first they encrypt your files, they get into your computer, your critical data they take, and they just encrypt that. Then once they encrypt it, they send you a message and try to reach you via some form of mail or direct message, and then they ask you to pay for reversible of these files. However, they may, after paying that ransom also, they may or may not reverse the whole your data. So we have to be very careful when taking decision how to handle that ransomware attack and all. That is different detailed topic can be, so we can talk about this in later section, or you could put that in comments if you're interested to understand this in more detail. What steps we could take to mitigate this or avoid the ransomware attack into. Uh, so that's it in this various types of malware or malware forms available. Hope this has been informative. If you like, please subscribe my channel. Thank you.